It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Backchannel, the only place where you can listen to, watch, and interact live with your host right here on your Echo device. You are watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning. Woof, it's been a while since I've said that. Your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver, also here for your breakfast jam. Breakfast, right?
Breakfast. Is that how they say it in Colorado? Is that
Well,
what
but
it
I
is?
think it
Renee,
takes
come get your breakfast.
come get your breakfast. I think it takes the sting out of being up early if you say something silly.
Okay.
It's
That's
like, well,
the old
come get your breakfast. Nobody's having fun. Come get your breakfast. Everybody's having a good time.
Well, get on uppers. You're already learning so much. I can't wait to see who's in the house. Who's here? Did we get that? Sarah, or one of our producers, working on getting us that back channel link so we can see and say hello to you all. But in the meantime, Renee, can you tell them what they're watching and how they got here?
Oh, sure. I'd love nothing more. I'd love nothing more. So somehow, some way, you said to your device. Now, I'm not going to say it because I do have a device, and we've learned the hard way that my device tries to participate, then we're listening to the show while on the show. But you say to your device, open back channel. And right here. And here we are. And that's how we got here.
She will be like, what did you say, me? She'll try to get on the show, and it's weird. It's just this like weird sort of like loop thing.
That's what
she starts pulling it up, but then she's like, but I'm on the show. And it's
right?
Just, it's weird. It's weird.
I had not thought that that Alexa is an SNL character.
Oh, yeah.
Just be like, oh, me? Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hello.
Well, we've got the audience right here. We see them before our very eyes. Thank you, Sarah. I think you got it. I think we got everybody here. Look at these folks.
For that roll call?
Yeah, should we do it? All right, yes. I'm gonna do it. Here we go. We got a roll call. It's our Get On Uppers. And these are the people getting up today. We got Amanda from Vermont and Deborah McIntosh. You know she's in California. Don't forget Verona from New Hampshire, Sunny, Indiana, Bella, North Virginia, and Amy, Tennessee. Don't forget Aiden, California, Nathan and some Tom C representing Texas, Jennifer Lopez, Jennifer the Black, New York, Cole, South Carolina.
Okay. Okay.
Right
Talk about a roll call. I feel great. I feel fantastic. Get on up for how you feel about that.
Thank you for letting me do that. Every time Renee's roller coaster of emotions of a face.
It's delightful. It's yeah. I'm getting Botox soon. You won't be able to tell a thing.
So candid here. I love it. You're just how the sausage is made.
Enjoy it while it lasts. Enjoy it while it lasts because it is short-lived.
Well, I'm so curious. I have follow-up questions, but first, let's let them know how they can get involved in the conversation because it's not just Renee and I. We're amongst friends. You're the Get On Uppers. You just go into you don't have to look at your device, your Echo device, and you just go say, Renee, I think you look great. I think you look great. I'll just leave it there. That's
very kind. That's very kind. Or say, yeah, Botox is great. Go get it, girl. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say.
Is that going to be your Treat Yourself Tuesday for tomorrow?
It's going to be right. I got a face full of Botox and I'm feeling great. Maybe. We'll see. I think it's Friday.
Oh, man. Okay.
Friday, Botox Friday.
All right. Well, I'm curious. Well, either way, I think because like Nicole Kidman, I can't read her face anymore, but I can feel the emotion. You'll be fine.
You'll see it in my eyes.
This is great. Awesome. And there's so many different ways that you can watch Get On Up. I mean, even we're discovering. So you can watch on your Echo device, which is really great because then you'll get to interact with us. You can also watch on YouTube as well, which you can also interact with us through YouTube. You can type a little chatty chat there. And eventually we'll be on Facebook. I think those are the two. I clearly know my job.
Those seem like the main things. But if you're having trouble with your device, for some reason it's not letting you talk, pop on over to YouTube and you can comment there if you want. You got options. You got options.
You've got options. All right. Well, Renee, it's Monday. We're back in it. We're back in that. We're to quote Sister Act 2. we are back in the habit of doing this show. That was the subtitle.
The world would be a better place if we quoted Sister Act 2 more often. Back in the habit. Back in the habit.
I can continue quoting Sister Act 2 if you would like me to.
I would beg you to. Yes.
If you want to be somebody and you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention.
Ooh.
And that was like the song. If you want to
be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Yeah. It's great. It's great.
You know, Lauryn Hill was in that movie.
That movie, was just chocked full of stars. It's every time I watch it, so they say that line, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. And I am a sucker for inspirational quotes. I love them so much. I can't get enough. And every time I'm like, I write that down before they repeat it. And then they repeat it about 4,000 times. No,
you'll be fine.
So you don't have to write it down. Yeah.
No. I was going to say, how many pillows do you have that on? And you're like,
at least 4.
This on a pillow real quick.
At least 4.
Yeah.
Put it on a pillow.
Well, everybody, we are here to help you wake up and pay attention. We don't go get on up for nothing. And so here's what we got going on today. We're going to do our weekend check-in. It's been 2 long days. We've missed you. We want to know, how's it going? What happened? We've got celebrity birthday quiz. I was just having a giggle. Can't wait. It's here. It's here to stay. We do it every day, celebrating these celebrity birthdays and quizzing ourselves on these celebrity birthdays.
I love it. It makes me so happy. And it makes me particularly happy because I know I just get to sit back and learn for 4 days out of the week. And then on Fridays, I host it. But 4 days out of the week, great. I don't know. Whose birthday is it? About to find out. Love it. Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Well, then we continue on. It is Black History Month. And so we have our Black History moment for today. And then a little segment called Manic Monday. There's some things that maybe are driving you a little wild. Well, Renee and I and the other, your Get On Up bunch, your crew, your fam bam, we're going to help you sort through the things that are driving you a little nuts.
Little crazy.
Looking into this week.
What's frustrating you and how can we help? Then we're going to talk about some breaking news. What's in the news? What are the headlines? You got to go into work knowing. And we will tell, Jam will probably tell you information that you actually need. And then I'll be like, you guys hear they're opening a new theme park? And then, but you might need that in your back pocket too. You never know.
Yeah. You never know. Listen, the water cooler needs all kinds of different conversations. So it can't be all about Putin invading Ukraine. We got to jazz it up.
We got to get some jazz.
And then I'm excited because Renee is leading us through a Monocle Monday, where I believe you're going to give us a closer look, like a monocle, into a certain subject.
Now, this is our affinity for alliteration. We love it so much. We want it to rhyme. This could also be called, Renee didn't want to do work, and so she went on the internet and looked up stuff so she wouldn't have to do work. It's also could be what it's called, but I'm excited. I'm excited about this.
But I feel like that's exactly what we want from this segment. It's just like, what was Renee looking at the internet for? What rabbit hole did Renee find herself down? And we are reaping the benefits of that.
Know. And then we will know. And then we're going to go into Monday business. We're going to get down to business, and we're going to talk about some ways that we manage our Monday, how to sort of set ourselves up for success for the rest of the week. It'll be fun.
And the cherry on the top of that is we're going to leave it with a Monday mantra, that thing that's going to help us get through not only today, but the week. And that's the day. That is the day. That's what we're doing.
Can't wait. I cannot wait. Get On Uppers. We're so happy to have you here. We're excited to hear what you think about everything. And I am going to need your help in the very near future. So just to remember, the way that you give Renee, I don't know, the answers to a quiz that might be coming up is you say to your device, say, Renee, it's this one, but then actually give me the answer. Okay.
Right. Don't you say, it's this one, because then she wouldn't know exactly.
Like, what does this mean?
We've got our first hello of the day. Hello, Aaron, up bright and early here with us. Good morning. Welcome back.
Aaron.
Hope you had a great weekend. And speaking of, let's do a weekend check-in. So Get On Uppers. You can enter your device, say, I had a fabulous weekend, or say, I went hot air ballooning, or say, I did my taxes. Whatever it is, we would love to hear. Thought about doing them, and then I didn't.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. No, I can't wait because you left quite a cliffhanger for us. You said I got no one but 2 dates. 2 dates for Jam. too.
Yeah.
We are all on the edge of our seat, and we want to hear. I'm happy to go first, but just know that we're on the edge of our seat, and we want to know what happened.
Well,
What happened?
I would first like to report on how Aaron spent their weekend. They said they finished converting their bike to an e-bike this weekend. Whoa, that is amazing, transformative, productive weekend. That's huge.
That is now, Aaron. E stands for electric. Is that what the E stands for? Is that well? Because it might be an eclair bike.
I'm just curious.
It could be an egg bike. It could be an eclair bike. It could be an exciting bike.
An eclair, isn't that a snack?
Electric. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you put a bike made out of snacks.
Yeah, exactly. I guess if you put a basket on a bike, you don't immediately call it an eclair bike just because you could put an eclair in it. But you never know.
That's true. You're like, oh, this entire time I thought my basket bike was an eclair bike because that's where I keep my eclair, just like pedaling off to go see my boyfriend.
Exactly. No, it's right in front of everybody. We all know. And to be fair, this is not the first weekend that I was, Aaron, you're reading my mind because it was like in one weekend you turned it into an electric bike. That's very exciting.
That is very exciting, impressive.
Aaron, I have so many follow-up questions. Because as somebody who doesn't know how to do that, I would just be, you just put a motor on it. But I bet there's a little bit more to it than that.
But I think you're on the right path. Like there's probably some sort of like motory electrical thing that you put on there. And then, well, congratulations. It sounds like you will be zip-zapping around your local city and having to use less energy and being environmentally friendly and conscientious of your body energy output. Oh, and there is a conversion kit. So for those of you who are like, Aaron, I want to get on the e-bike train with you. Aaron just let us know there's a conversion kit that you can order on Amazon and lots and lots and lots of YouTube videos. So way to go.
It's
also
amazing.
on brand. So I love your mentioning Amazon. That's great. Yeah.
Right. Aaron, I'm so proud of you. That's very cool. I'm excited.
Will you be turning your bike into an e-bike, Renee?
Certainly
Do you have a bike, Renee?
No.
I only ask because you live in LA.
Well, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I used to back home in Colorado. I do, but I don't now. Now listen, this is the best possible segue for me to tell you what I did this weekend. If you're up for it, if you'll have it.
Go for it.
So Aaron learned how to make an entire electrical bike on YouTube, and yours truly learned how to fix her printer. 4th week running, she sat down with it. She watched a YouTube video, and it turns out it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy.
This has actually been, I'm so excited for you because, as those of you who don't know, this has been an ongoing saga for Renee since week 1. Since week 1 about, and she's been fighting with this printer, and I'm so grateful. I'm also curious, what are you printing? You have a lot of things to print in your life.
I wish that I had. I could run go get it if you needed to for a visual aid. This is it's only going to get sadder from here. Get on up. So if you're just like, I bet this turns the corner. I bet that this starts to get cool. You were about to be sorely mistaken. Okay. So this whole time was to print my vision board. Because I do it all online. I know, which is very sad.
That's not sad at all. That's inspiring.
It's
and
very
I have a
sweet.
printer here that is just collecting dust because I'm like, what am I going to print? And I didn't think I could be printing out.
You got to make a vision board. You got to make that vision board.
I have one. I just do it one. I just cut things out of a magazine. That's what I do for my vision board.
Yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're doing it correctly. You're doing it right.
You're doing it fine too.
Okay, thank you so much. But I also ordered a laminator to laminate it for the first time. It turns out I didn't like it because the reflective surface doesn't work. I can't look directly at it.
Vision blinding you. That's not no.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations. That's huge. Was that the whole weekend?
So much. That was pretty much the whole weekend. Just me on YouTube. But I also I did do my taxes, so I had to get it also working because I had to scan in all my W-2s.
Wow. I wish our listeners, Stacey, we'll have to tell Stacey when Stacey's back because Stacey's been honest about doing our taxes, and then Stacey's mom will do our taxes for us. So.
Got to get them done. So I have out of a job. Right. I know. Well, When Stacey comes back, I definitely have follow-up questions. So
Okay.
I'll ask her about
Great.
that. So I've set us up for success that I have swung the pendulum over to the lamest possible weekend. And now to you, my sweet, sweet co-host, tell me about your 2 dates.
You're out of control and set your expectations to numb. So we have I had 2 dates scheduled on the books. I was the preface is like one of them I was going to have to friend zone someone who's been in my life for a long time and just be like, listen, it's never gonna happen. So that was the object of the first one. We're going to a
Okay.
concert. And then the second one was like this just way too Hottie McHotterson. What is happening? What's going on? Like, yeah. Wanted to go hiking. I'm like, what are you? Am I gonna get murdered? What is this? Like, is am I gonna get carried? Like, just blood dumped on me? Is this a joke? Am I on Punk'd? Is that show still even on?
Sure.
So I will tell you this: I went on 50% of my dates, and not my fault of why I only went on 50% of my dates. First
Okay.
one on the Friday, we did it. We went to the concert. It was great. It was one of those concerts, and as you all know, I am laying off the weed gummies because I had a really bad.
Sure didn't go great. Didn't go great.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, and if you remember, Mr. Toad goes to hell and back, and so I was just like, let me just
sorry.
let's just do a little. I'll have my little tequila drink at this thing, but it was
Right.
like very Burning Man adjacent, so I don't think I was in the right space. I was called Pole and Pan. It's a DJ set. They're French and they're called Pole and Pan.
Okay.
And the kids were into it or whatnot. I had to sit
Great.
down a lot because
I was going to say, I did receive a text message while you were at the concert. I would love to go with the narrative that you had the best time and you were killing it at the concert, but I did receive a text message that you were sitting down and you were taking a little break.
Twice I sat down and I had to go take a break. Twice. It was like, ooh, I'm tired. Let me just go sit my weary bones down. But then here's the thing: don't be afraid to sit down at a concert or a nightclub. Don't be afraid, because I tell you this: each time I sat down, I was rejuvenated and reborn again. It was great, and then I had a good time. There were some bops. I bipped and bopped around. You know what I was listening to. I felt like I was having a very Dionne Warwick night of like, what's going on? Is this Hellman's mayonnaise? Why are they up there on the stage doing this? What's all those shapes in the background? Why is his name Paul Newman's Pan? Is it Peter Pan? Is it because he's wearing a polo? Is that what's going on? I was your auntie who was confused but enjoying herself a night out.
Great. That's all you can ask for. Okay.
And then had the conversation because I'm all about being honest with people and putting up my own boundaries, and respectively said, hey, person, we will never get married and raise children together. Like, we're only going to be friends. I love you. I appreciate you. I want you in my life, but only as that. Is that okay? And he had his feelings, but he's like, thank you for telling me. And so it's check.
Okay, you did it. You did it. Good job.
I did it. But then this other one, and I'll tell you this. So this guy, like super like muscly guy, like one of his profile pictures is him in like a leopard print shirt, just like open. And a friend of mine was like, I see red flags. She's like, don't trust a man in a leopard print shirt. She's like, I see red flags there. Already leading up to this, there were some communication failures, and we're coming out of Mercury in retrograde. So this is
so
no one
plenty of reason for it to. Okay. All right.
No one to blame on him. No, right. So already there would be like, oh, there's just weird communication things that were happening or not happening. I'd be like, oh, what are we gonna do on Sunday? And he was like, here's the options. And I was like, what about this? And he's like, that's not one of the options. I'm like, but you just said, and then not text for a few days, even though we've not solidified the plans, ask questions. I would then answer the question, not respond for a few days. And so as Sunday's rolling up, I'm like, oh, good. Like, he's not texted. So I can safely assume
maybe don't have to do this.
Night, I don't have to do this. I don't want to go as it is. Like, the excitement's already kind of like petered out. I don't like, I'd much rather have my own Sunday, go to the gym, go with some friends to go get a, Sunday fun day drink and call it a day. Do some cleaning, sensible Sunday. So then, and I'm in bed by like midnight on Saturday night and then I wake up at like 8:30.
Okay.
And had received a text message at 3:30 a.m.
I was going to say, I wanted to Yes, I wanted to guess. What time did that text message come in? I was going to say 2:30. Turns out it's 3, but okay. All right. So 3:30
3:30, which is
a.m.
already outrageous
Okay.
because all the bars in California close at 2.
Okay.
So what is happening? And then it was just like, let's scrap our Sunday activity plan.
Wait, that's
That was the 3:30 a.m.
that.
text.
Let's okay.
But
Okay.
6 to 8
All
a.m.
right. I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
And so it's like, okay, sweet, good. I'm
No
glad.
problem.
Like, I didn't want to go anyways. Now I was kind of rooting for him to mess up because I was like, and now I can put it on him of like,
Yeah.
well, now I
Yeah, we're
safely can
good.
be like, no, we'll just see you at the gym. We're just gonna be friends.
There
There's
you
no,
go. Okay.
you know,
Well, because I
and
was
that's
going to
oh,
ask. Yes.
and then I
Yes.
got a
Yeah.
follow up. It was
Yes.
because he was spending time with his ex-boyfriend who was really drunk and he was having to take care of them. And this is the third time he's mentioned his ex-boyfriend in the past week.
Got it.
We've only known each other for actually past 5 days. We only know each other for 5 days, and he's mentioned the ex at least.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, 100%. I am curious though. I mean, you've made the right choice. Absolutely. This is the actions speak louder than the words, and the words still aren't great. Neither are fantastic. But I am curious. I am so susceptible to outside impressions, what my friends think. So sometimes it's good because they can point out the red flag, but every now and again, they'll be like, and then I'll be like, yeah. Were you feeling before your friend said red flag?
No. It wasn't until all these other things started happening. I kept going back to, oh, he wasn't wearing that leopard print shirt. My friend was like, I don't know about this.
Okay.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
it's just a mess. We're in different stages of our lives, and I can't.
Fair.
But
Fair.
I'm glad but to be fair, I was rooting for him to fail. So just something didn't
Weren't
feel right.
feeling it.
I
No, it's
didn't have, yeah.
nice that he made it easy on you. Do you suppose that I'm curious about this is a question I would like to pose it to you and the Get On Uppers. Do we as a society give people a pass the first 6 months after a breakup? Because we're all insane because you want to avoid the pain. And so you're acting crazy. Should we give everybody, like, you don't have to endure it. You can say, oh, no, thank you. But you also don't have to label the person nuts. You can just be like, oh, no, you just broke up. I get it. You're going to be insane for a while.
Oh, well, when you first end a relationship, you are a nutty person for those 6. Oh, yeah. For those 6 months when oh my gosh. Well, it's also kind of like, it's my favorite time of life because it's like it's Christmas, it's your birthday, you can do whatever you want after a breakup. What are our thoughts? I love the emotional purge. The music is great. Like music when you're in love, it's not the same. It's too annoying. But like,
the breakup
you get
music.
The Adele, you get the like, the gut wrenching Alanis Morissette. It's so great, and you get to do whatever you want. Your friend's just like, oh yeah, we're going through a breakup, so here you go. It's like your birthday. Everyone's nice to you. I'm a big fan.
It's great. It's great. Okay. So stay away because you deserve the very, very best of the best. But at the same time, if you're hot off a breakup, of course you're acting crazy. Of course you are. Yeah. Because breakups are impossible.
Fair, we've only known each other for 5 days, so there's nothing that's breaking up, right? So I'm not down that far. Like,
sorry. I mean, the breakup with his ex that he continues to talk about.
Oh, you're giving him. I wasn't thinking about him. Sorry, I've already forgotten about him. I thought we were just talking about me. Oh. Yeah, he's absolutely wilding. This all makes sense of why he aggressively flirted with me at the gym, and after
trying to make that pain go away,
gave me a little smooch on the lips. Like it was very, we gotta do. We
try. Yeah.
It all makes sense, but I'm steering clear of that.
Steer
hurricane.
clear. I just think when people are in breakup territory, always steer clear, but you're allowed to pass. Because breakups are hard.
Sure. Yeah. You do your thing. And look, Aaron chimed in and said that when you talk about friends' advice, Aaron said, I learned to listen to my friends back in high school, and I wish I had back then.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That is the tricky part, is that friends are almost always right. Almost always.
Yep. They can see things. We got our blinders. We got our blinders. That's why we have them. And we've also got Correct and Who have just joined for the first time. Welcome to Get On Up. You're just in time for our celebrity birthday quiz.
Can't wait. I cannot wait. Now, I also have heard legend. I've heard tale. These questions are going to be hard. So I'm going to need you Get On Uppers. Oh, sorry. As always, consistently, these questions are very difficult, and I will be needing your help. Please. I think it's a lot like Jeopardy that either you know the topic or you don't. And if you know it, it's gonna be like, well, that's a softball. If you
You're
don't
like,
know the topic, you're like,
absolutely.
who would know this? Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I just read Chris Rock's biography last night, so give it to me. And if you didn't, then you didn't. Little hint, you've got 5 seconds to study up on your Chris Rock because it's Chris Rock's birthday. So the way this is gonna go, we're gonna say happy birthday to a celebrity, and then we're gonna do a trivia question on them, and you can help Renee, who I won't say she'll need your help. She'll need your help.
Always.
And you can enter your device. For those of you who are joining for the first time, you just go say is the magic word. You say whatever you think the answer is. We'll see it. Renee will be helped out. And then if you're also watching on YouTube, you can just clickety clack, 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 and type your answers right there. So you got those 2 different ways to interact with your beautiful host.
Cannot wait.
All right, it's happy birthday time. So our first one, it is Chris Rock's birthday today. These are they're all Aquarius. Look at all these Aquarius.
Look at these sweeties. Yeah.
It's Chris Rock's birthday. He's turning 57 today. Looking good. Black don't crack.
Great, Chris.
All right, you've got this one, Renee. You've got look how concerned Renee is. Okay.
I don't think I do.
You do? I think that's this one. All right. So get on uppers and Renee. Name the sitcom based on himself that he wrote, developed, and narrated. What was the name of the sitcom that SNL's comedians, comedian?
Picture it. I watched it, but I do get it confused with Young Sheldon. So there we go. Oh, God bless you, Aaron. I was like, is it young Chris? Is it? But everybody's mad at him. But already, everybody can see in the chat. Aaron coming in with the answer. Aaron, I appreciate you. I love you so much. Everyone hates Chris.
I thought you were going to go down this rabbit hole of like, I get it confused with Young Sheldon. Is it Young Sheldon?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I thought maybe you were going for a second. I was like, read the comments, Renee.
No.
Get on uppers.
Get out of there. Get out of there. No,
that is
Aaron helping me out.
That is absolutely it. You did it. You're off to a great start. Aaron with the assist. Everyone hates Chris. Great show. Tanisha Arnold plays the mom in it. She was on Martin. She was also one of the Little Shop of Horrors doo-wop girls with Tisha Campbell. Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, that's cool. All right. I love those doo-wop girls. Ooh, those harmonies.
Little shop of horrors. They sing that part every time they can. They're like, oh, this monster's eating something. They just come on.
Adorable.
He's like, I'm in love with that girl. Little shop of horrors.
We'll be back. Nothing is more delightful than a cheerful backup singer. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I'm zooming in and out.
When you do Little Shop of Horrors, and I beg that you do, and by this I mean direct, please put them all on wheelie chairs. So
that's the only way. I want them in wheelie chairs, and the secret is slippers. I'm wearing brand new slippers. I just bought some.
Well, let's get a peek. Let's see. We only see your leg. Okay. Oh, hey, looky there. Now those look
they're too
comfortable,
small,
but also have traction. All right.
Yeah, they're a little small, but we're gonna break them in. Okay. All right. Next one, celebrity birthday. It is Garth Brooks' 60th birthday.
Hey, I got friends in low places. How old?
Right, okay. 60. Do we got a photo of him? There he is.
Oh,
there's the birthday
There's
boy.
our guy.
There's our birthday boy. Happy birthday. All right. I think I have to give you 2 questions, Renee, because I think you're going to know this first one. It's too simple for you, and I'm going to give you a panel challenge. Okay. According to 102.5 Country, what was his biggest hit according to all the charts?
Ooh, now, you guys, I just sang it. I got friends in low places. But do we agree? I also there's one called Thunder Rolls. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the titles of any of these songs. I just know the lyrics. Are we big Garth Brooks fans? Who help me out? Again, just as a reminder, you say to your device, say, I think it's as Aaron says, that's literally the only song I know. So I'm going to go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. I got friends in low places. Final answer.
And I am curious, Aaron, is this the only song you know or the only Garth Brooks song you know? What a world! What a world to live in. If that's like, no, okay, nope. Anytime
I don't
another song
exactly.
comes on, no. As I'm singing
People
Little
keep
Shop of
making.
Horrors, he's like, no.
I've never heard
Is
it.
that
I don't know
is
it.
that Friends
I
in
just
Low Places? Because
have
that's
friends
all I
in
want to hear.
places.
Well, hot dog, y'all. Friends in Low Places. That is it. That is the jam. That is his biggest pop
Okay.
today. Do you
Should
want to?
be. It's
Do you
great.
want to wager your winning streak here with a follow-up question?
Yeah, let's try it. Let's give it a shot. You gotta lose
How
your streak
many
at some
number
point.
one hits does Garth Brooks have?
Ooh. No, why would we know? Why would we know? 8, 7,
Er,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are we doing a countdown? Are we launching a rocket ship? Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah.
Renee,
Get on uppers. Do you
okay.
want to take a stab? Do we feel like 8 is on?
Eight
Do
is
we?
enough.
Yeah, I'll just be wrong. I'll be wrong. I'll represent the wrong answer. 8.
All right. 20.
Holy! Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
I know. And the only one you all can name is Friends in Low Places, and it's his birthday. How
Oh
dare
no!
you?
Oh no! Do you want to hear when he sang "America the Beautiful"? Is that what he's saying at the inauguration? I can't remember.
Oh.
I think, but I was so in it that I sang along, stood up.
Oh, well, I
Okay,
get it. It
and
was a
he sings
rough 4
America the
years.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. The song made sense to you. All right, our next one. It's Ashton Kutcher's 44th birthday today. Turning 44.
Nice. Ashton Kutcher, happy punked
44.
birthday to you
Happy
and yours.
punked birthday. I have so many Ashton Kutcher questions, so we're gonna be here for a beat. All right. We're
Okay,
gonna just do
great.
some rapid fire Ashton Kutcher things. He did in 2010, he did a screen test for what superhero? He potentially was gonna be a superhero. Did a screen
Wait,
test. He didn't look good, and he was like, "Oh, I should have
what?
gone to the gym."
Right.
Um,
Okay, so
uh,
what get on
2010.
uppers what came out in 2000? I know I'm wrong about this, but I'm gonna go with Iron Man. I can't remember when Iron Man came out. Oh, Aaron says the Green Lantern. I like that. That seems good.
Ooh, that's a good
Came out in
guess.
2000. Okay, so if he did the screen test in 2010, it probably came out in 2011. What superhero movie came out in 2011?
Let's tell me what
What
you're
do you think,
thinking.
Get on uppers?
I'll tell you this, Aaron might be on the right track with
Ooh.
the DC brand of
Oh,
superheroes. Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe okay, so DC's Batman, Superman. Let's go with Superman. He did the screen test for Superman.
Renee, I'm gonna lock you in because that is correct. Renee, you did it.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, he
Whoa.
said he got there and he just was wearing this costume with like fake muscles. He had not been working out and he was like, "This is bad. I'm gonna just take my name out of this hat. I should not be
That's
Superman."
very funny.
Good
That's
choice.
very funny.
Good
I like it.
choice. Good choice. Welcome to the show. We got David joining and Philip joining in as well, which is so great, Renee, because you're going to get some help doing your
Thank
celebrity
you.
birthday quiz. This
Philip
is
and David,
great.
I'm so excited to have you here. Aaron, thank you for your help. I am appreciating you so much. This is helpful.
Okay.
It's helpful. Yes.
What is his or it's Ashton Kutcher's birthday, and this is the trivia for him. What is his actual first name? It's not Ashton. What is his actual first name?
Okay, well, let's look at this guy. Let's profile
Why
him.
would we know
Let's
it?
figure it out. I bet it's something like William or what do you guys think? What was Ashton Kutcher born as?
William
Mark?
Ashton Kutcher. Mark?
That's Mark. Yeah. Yeah, his name's Mark. That's fun. Let's do that. His name is Mark.
All right, we're locking in Mark Ashton Kutcher. So close,
Oh,
Renee.
yeah.
Christopher.
Christopher. Yeah, he looks
Ashton.
love it.
Okay, last random one. Why would you know this? Ashton Kutcher lives down the street from what famous actress?
Oh yeah, Mila Kunis. They're listen, they're married, but they live a street apart. It's not true. What famous actress does he live down the street?
Yeah, him and Mila Kunis. So I'll give you. Yeah, you're on the right track. Him and Mila Kunis. They are married and together.
Great.
And
Yeah.
this famous actress comes over all the time. And
So
she's like, "Oh, they must be
Friends.
so annoyed with me."
with Mila Kunis. I don't know this one. You guys got any suggestions? Who do you think he lives down the street from? A famous actress. Let's go with Madonna.
Ooh, well, she is blonde, but it's Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer
Oh,
Lawrence.
that's fun. Oh, boy, those hangouts must be cool. Just a
She's
bunch
like
of people being cool. All right.
I know. All right, last 2 celebrity birthdays here. It is Eddie Izzard, also turning 60.
Oh, we
Him and
love
Garth
Eddie
Brooks, born in the same year on the same day, practically twins.
Look at
Eddie
that.
Izzard, love him so much. Okay, here is your question. So, Eddie Izzard plays Jerry Devine opposite Christian Bale, Ewan McGregor, in what cult pop hit movie? Now, to just describe this movie a little bit more, the film centers on a character named Brian Slade, a sexually fluid and androgynous glam rock icon who is patterned after David Bowie, Brian Ferry, and Mark Bolan. But he plays Jerry Devine opposite Christian Bale, Ewan McGregor in this movie. What is the name of that movie starring Eddie Izzard?
No, I don't know. Look at me. I'm just like, I love him. I've seen him in concert. Because well, you won't know this, but a quick little detour, and then I promise I'm swinging right back around. I'm going to notice that I went on the on ramp, and then I'm going to come back in.
Okay, all right.
And just like that, the Sex and the City spinoff reboot thing, they keep calling a comedy show a comedy concert. Hilarious. So funny. That's not what you call it. But I've been to many Eddie Izzard's comedy concerts, but I don't know what this movie is. So it's got Christian Bale and Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. Christian Bale's the lead in it. Ewan McGregor also plays like this pop icon sort of thing. It's sort of that glam rock, David Bowie era of rock music, British rock
music.
Sounds
cool, and it sounds like something I should watch, but I don't know it. Get on uppers. Any final hints from you? Yeah, we don't know. Officially together as a team, we don't know. What's that
Velvet one? Goldmine is the answer. Velvet Goldmine.
I should know.
yeah. I've seen it recently. It's a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride movie. It's very much of like that era and genre. Really cool movie. It really, and again, I think this movie was like maybe 1998, but just really cool the way they play with like gender and sexuality and really looking at these, rock pop icons of the time, how they were playing and flirting with it. So check it out.
I love it.
Okay, last one. It is Essence Atkins' 50th birthday. Essence Atkins, there she is. All right, what famous 90s sitcom did she star in opposite? She played the older sister to Tia and Tamara Mowry's younger brother in this TV show. What was the name of that TV show? Remember, Tia and Tamara Mowry, who were in Sister. Almost said Sister Act. It could have been. I wonder if they were originally going to call it Sister Act. Like, oh, it's already taken.
Maybe sister. We'll just call it that.
Let's just say sister twice. We'll just say sister twice. Yeah. But their little brother, Taj Mowry, also was on a show on the WB, had his own show on WB, and it was called This.
Oh, yeah. Almost said it. Did you almost say it? Did you almost give it? Okay. Jim, do you want to give me a hint? And the hint is the title?
I can be something like this. I can sing the here it is. I'm gonna sing the opening credit song, and the words there's 2 words I'm leaving out, and that's the name of the show.
Okay, great.
He's he's a
Okay, I should know it. I should definitely know it. It's clearly the title or name of some man.
He's got intelligence.
Okay.
It refers to
he's a white guy.
Oh, you're so close.
He's a smart guy. He's
wow. Yeah, okay, you did it. That's it.
Smart guy? Is a smart guy?
He's a smart guy. Do. Smart guy.
Love it.
Smart guy. I also think
Love
she
it.
maybe sang the opening theme song to that. It might have been her. So
I would
perfect.
love that. Where do we suppose
Oh,
it's streaming anywhere? I wanna go back and watch that.
oh, it absolutely is. It's on, I believe, Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. I know her other show that she did later on, called Half and Half. That's on Netflix, and she plays a half sister too. What is the actress's name? She was in The Craft. She was
Okay.
the black actress in The Craft. Anyways, it's those two. They're playing sisters, and another
that.
show that she has, Half and Half. And like one,
Uh,
she's like uptight and serious, and the other one's like kooky and
and just fun. And a good time.
meditate.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear
Everything.
it. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
Well, way to
Is
go,
it
Renee. You got some of those.
well, hey, look at me. Yeah, that's not the worst. Hold on real quick. Is it Rachel True? Does that sound right?
That's it. It's Rachel True. Rachel True. Yeah.
I know.
She's great. Remember her in The Craft? Did you see The Craft? Was it too scary for you?
It's
I feel like you
scary.
would have. You didn't see The Craft? I feel like all you and your girlfriends were running around doing light as a feather, thick as a board. That's what all the teen girls were
You would
doing.
think. Can't do it.
What were you
Cannot do it.
doing?
No.
Playing with an
Watch
Easy Bake
yeah,
Oven?
exactly. Watching my recorded Tony Awards over and over and over again, and probably playing with my Easy Bake Oven. Yes. It's fragile. I'm a
Not getting
fragile
into witchcraft?
coward.
There wasn't even a slight moment when you were like a little. You rode the roller coaster. You know what? Bet you if there was a cute boy in that coven, you would have
Right.
been right
I
over.
would have been there. I would have been there. I would have been right there. Yes, but there wasn't, and so I'm not.
Fair. That's fair. All right. Well, Renee, it is time to jump on over into it's Black History Month still. And it's time to jump into our Black History Month moment. So today I'm super excited to take y'all onto an adventure about Stagecoach Mary.
Yeah.
And I
Can't
feel like
wait.
Stagecoach Mary is one of those folks that, and let us know, get on uppers if you've heard of Stagecoach Mary before. If you're like, nope, don't know her, don't worry, I'm going to teach you all about her. But it's one of those names I had heard before so many different times. So this is our lovely, amazing, that is Stagecoach Mary. So
Love her.
we're going to go back in time
Yeah.
to the 1890s.
Okay.
We're in Montana. And so she was born Mary Fields in around 1832. And the premise of her is that, bandits beware. They did not stand a chance against her. She was hard drinking, quick shooting, and a mail carrier who sported 2 guns, men's clothing, and a bad attitude. She was also the first African-American woman to carry mail, and she stood out on the trail because, and she actually became just this Wild West legend. And rumor had it that she'd even fended off a pack of angry wolves with her rifle, and she had the temperament of a grizzly bear. Like, you just not mess with her. And she was not above a gunfight. She was not above a gunfight. Okay. So, as I said, she was born 1832. She was born into slavery, like many other folks who at that time. So, but her exact birth date is not known because they just were not keeping track of their property's birth date. So
Right.
she eventually gained her freedom towards the end of the Civil War. So she was like, all right, I'm out of here. She went north. She was like, I'm not staying around here. No, thank you. I'm out. So she first worked as a groundskeeper for a nunnery. And then for a period of time, she was like, I don't like this. This is not, my life. So she went, and well, mainly because she had a bit of a brash personality that clashed with the other nuns. So it really is like the prequel to Sister Act.
Yes.
She just was like, I gotta be somebody. I gotta go somewhere. I can wake up and get out of this nunnery. Not for me. Not for me. But she did actually she had a really great friend who was a nun called Mother Amadeus Dune. They were really great friends. So I'm picturing like Maggie Smith casting this film.
Yes.
And she did eventually she actually returned at one point back to the nunnery because her friend was Mother Amadeus Dune was ill, so she was like, oh, I gotta go take care of my friend. So she went over there.
Right.
Her tough reputation really paid off because back in 1895, she got a contract from the Postal Service to become a star route carrier, which is essentially an independent contractor who carried mail using a stagecoach. And I guess this was actually donated by her sister friend, literal sister friend, because she was a nun, donated by her sister friend, Mother Amadeus. And this really made sense because it was actually really dangerous to deliver mail. Like those bandits were like trying to just get at your love letters or your packages or your gold. Why did you put gold in the mail? I don't know. Not a great idea.
Shouldn't have done that. Yep.
I mean, I already barely, when I put like mail something, like Renee, if I'm like, I'm going to mail you a letter, I think that there's like a 50% chance that will get to you.
If that.
You know?
If that.
You know?
Absolutely.
My dad loves sending things in the mail. I'm like, Dad, can we just email it or something?
You gotta
like,
stop.
Nope.
It won't get to me untampered. It won't. Yeah, I get it.
They're gonna read it. And yes, and so this life really suited Mary. She was as a star carrier, her job was to protect the mail that was en route from thieves and bandits to get the mail delivered. Like hail, wind, snow, or bandits, you are gonna get your mail with Stagecoach Mary on the case.
Amazing.
So
amazing.
She was only the second woman in the United States, but the first to deliver the mail and the first African-American woman to serve. And she got the name Stagecoach Mary. Some people called her Black Mary, but I wonder who was calling her that. Was any of her Black friends?
No, probably not.
Oh, yeah, that's old Black Mary over there.
No, Stagecoach Mary. Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
My name ain't Black Mary. It's Stagecoach.
Stagecoach Mary. And that's more fun. We can all agree. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
100%. So she carried, like I said, she carried a rifle and a revolver. So y'all best be watching. She met the trains with mail, and then she would drive her stagecoach over rocky and rough roads. And this is a picture that Sarah put up of just someone colorized it. So you can just, I don't know if her hat was purple. Someone maybe took some like liberties. Maybe she had a flat.
Sure.
We don't know.
All right.
And she, though she intimidated would-be thieves with her height and her tough demeanor, she became beloved by locals. They praised her generosity, her kindness to children. They loved it. And so for 8 years, she protected and delivered the mail. But eventually age caught up with her and she's like, I'm getting too old for this. And she retired. And then the community rallied to support her, despite her occasional dust-ups with some locals. She was, remember.
I like it. Yeah.
The nuns were like, ooh, she's too wild for us, right? And so she was like, well, I'm not about this life, nuns. I'm out. I'm going to go deliver mail.
Thank you.
And the local restaurateurs would give her free meals. Saloon regulars chatted with her until bars eventually became forbidden for women due to a town ordinance. I mean,
okay.
Imagine. Sorry, ladies, you can't come into this bar.
All right.
Okay. Just wildin'. History. Y'all were wildin' back then. Yep. She died December 5th, 1914. Her funeral was one of the largest the town had ever seen. So go off, Stagecoach Mary. Today we celebrate you.
Stagecoach Mary's such a badass. That is incredible. Do you suppose that she was influential and still to this day the U.S. Postal Service, like come rain, sleet, or snow, will deliver?
Maybe. I mean, she did it. She did like all of those things. I will say to point out too, folks would say like when she got kicked out of the nunnery, they're like, oh, she was loud or she was difficult, but she was still like obviously navigating racism whilst navigating these things, right? I mean, she just was showing off like black girl magic at a she was an originator of it, and just the things that she had to persevere. Like people would be like, oh, they were nervous about being around her. Like she did drink a lot, but trauma, right? She was a former slave. And what she ended up going on and continuing on with her life, that goes out to her. I do want to, in a moment, we're going to put up another photo. So this is an amazing story. And I'm always like, where is her movie? Where is her movie? Recently, there's a new Netflix movie called The Harder They Fall. And it was pretty much about a lot of the different black cowboys and legends. It took a lot of liberties on these legends. Right. Which it felt very much like a tall tale, because I've studied black cowboys. A lot of the original black cowboys were actually, sorry, let me retract. A lot of the cowboys were black, because those are the people who actually handled the cattle and the cows and things like that. But through Western movies, they were completely whitewashed, and this idea of like John Wayne had taken over the image, but most of the cowboys were actually Black and Latino, because they actually were the ones handling the cows, hence cowboy. Yep. But so they had a lot of these different characters, and we might even talk about them, some of them throughout Black History Month. And one of them they had Stagecoach Mary, and but then we have a photo of how she ended up showing up in the movie. Do we have a photo, Sarah? Can we go to the Zazie Beetz playing Stagecoach Mary? We might have to zoom out here a little bit. Get on over there. Yeah, we're gonna see.
There we go.
There we go. So there's Stagecoach Mary, and there's her in the movie. They really
that's what happened.
I get it, Hollywood. So there's like a few different things. Like, again, we talked about this before, but colorism also they found a more light-skinned actress, and I love Zazie Beetz. I think she's incredibly talented, and she did a great job with the role. Although her outfit was like, I'm gonna do a can, her energy was Stagecoach Mary. She brought the energy of Stagecoach Mary, but then what they put her in, it was like, this is not the top hat. Well, she's not wearing, and they had her running a saloon. She wasn't delivering any mail. It was just took a lot of liberties.
But it was still calling her Stagecoach. Okay.
Oh, 100%. They're like, they would use even her full name. They would be like, oh, Mary Fields. Oh, Stagecoach Mary. Remember when you used to be Stagecoach Mary? She's like, I'm Mary Fields now, running the saloon. Get to Cannon, ladies. Like, that was, I just think that they should just given her a different name. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Alicia Charles. Anything. Just don't give her Mary Fields, because you didn't do it right.
Agreed. You're right. This is so ripe with plenty of movies that can be made out of that. She's amazing.
So amazing. Viola Davis, get her on it. Or even Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones would be a great,
She's phenomenal at that. Yep. Okay. Well, we'll make two of them. One with Leslie Jones and one with Viola Davis.
Oh, yeah. I love competing movies. Like, it's like, Deep Impact, Armageddon, it's get me the same story, but twice,
please.
Jungle Book, Mowgli. Yeah. Came around the same time.
I didn't
make it through Mowgli. Did you see Mowgli? The animals were a little too ratty looking for me. The CGI was not good.
Couldn't quite do it. Okay. I'll skip it. I'll skip it based off this review alone. But yeah,
animals too ratty.
When the exact same movie comes out, it's the best. It's the best. They're, unless it is Turner and Hooch and Canine, the exact same story, but we'll take it. We love dogs. If you want to do 2 dog movies, no problem. That's fine.
I would like to see like Renee's top countdown of like dog movies. I would be so curious. That might have to be our rank it for this week. I'm so curious.
Ooh,
like, does Beethoven make it on the list? Does Air Bud? So curious.
So funny. Or the amount of movies that I've only seen 3/4 of because I can sense that something's going wrong with the dog. And I'm like, well, I won't be watching the rest of this.
Did you make it through Cujo?
No, of course not. Didn't even start Cujo. Absolutely not. No. It
would really ruin your relationship with your current dog if you accidentally happen to like watch it. It would not be
right.
Good.
I wouldn't dare. I would not dare. That was so interesting. Stagecoach Mary, I love you so much. That was so interesting. I'm learning so much on this jam. It's great. Thank you.
Not only you, but the Get On Uppers. Let us know if you ever heard about Stagecoach Mary. Was there anything new, or maybe did I forget anything? Maybe you are a Stagecoach Mary aficionado. You can just go into your device and you can say as the magic word, say I love Stagecoach Mary, say I knew all about her, say I didn't know anything about her, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can clack away and type out your answer as well and interact with us, me, Renee. What?
Me and Renee too, I guess, if you want.
No. What I started to say was me, Renee, and James are, and I switched. I became you. I Freaky Friday on this.
I see. Okay, that's fine. That's
what I was saying. It was like me, Renee over there.
All right.
I started to call myself Renee because I am slowly,
if you dare, at your own risk. Yes.
I was slowly becoming you. I Freaky Friday us. I was like me, Renee, and you, James Arthur M, the jam. The jam. And look at this. We've
Yes.
got all kinds of folks who just joined. Big welcome to Gil, to Lalo, Jamie, Jason, and Hank. Welcome on over to the show. We got Hank from Colorado.
All right.
Hank
You
from
know who that is?
Colorado here.
You know who that is?
Can take a wager.
It's RC's dad and mom, Peggy, Hank and Peggy, tuning in for the second hour. We'd love to see it.
Good morning. Just in time. Just in time. Good morning. Good morning. Renee, do we have a quick time to do a Manic Monday? Do we have time for a Manic Monday?
But I also want to just real quick get on uppers. My parents chimed in. Peggy did give me some feedback that I bet you are also being like, somebody please tell her that I'm fixing my hair too much. So if that's happening, you got to let me know. We're gonna let it ride. But if I'm fixing my hair too much, get on uppers. And you are already thinking it. Peggy's on it. She told you. Fixing her hair too much. Now on to Manic Monday.
I personally think it's a character choice. I love it. I love it. No notes. No notes.
So Manic Monday is where we talk about the things that we're feeling a little about, as is the case with Manic Monday. I am remiss to tell you that mine is the exact same as it's been the last 4 weeks. But for me, this is my very last week at my old job. And I'm feeling a little manic about it, feeling a little, did I make the right choice? Should I be leaving? Do I just completely check out this week? These are the questions that I have for you on what do you do the very last week of a job?
Yes. All right. Get on uppers. If you would like to help Renee with her, she's all over the place. She's stressed. She's got anxiety. What do you do your last week of the job? Did Renee make the right choice? I would say, Renee, do you want some advice?
I would love advice. Yes.
All right. I always ask first because maybe you're just saying, hey, here are the things, and I don't want to hear from anybody. I'll figure this out on my own. Here's what I would say is that you trust your instincts and goals. You were so miserable at that last place. I hope they're not listening, but maybe take note for the next person who comes in. She was miserable. That's why she's leaving. Come on. She'd be sticking around if she was having a good time. And she told you it's not you, it's her. She's lying. It was you. Absolutely.
It was you.
100%. So first of all, trust that. One, congratulations, you're graduating to something else that speaks more to your heart and your passion. And like, again, you don't need to go out like a blaze of glory. They've already told you, Renee, we've got it. It's your senior year. Get that B. Go get that B minus. You're fine.
No, you're fine. Sit in the back of the class with your hoodie on. Maybe take a quick nap. You'll be fine. You just got to get through 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy peasy.
Sign your yearbooks. Sign your yearbooks. Stay sweet. Don't ever change. I was so silly. They're signing into 7th grade. Like you're signing your 7th grade friend's yearbook. Don't ever change. I hope you change. You're 12. You're 12 years old. I need you to. A lot of this behavior should not continue.
But to be fair, in 7th grade, that's one of your first goes at signing a yearbook, and so you do just look at whatever anybody else said. And one guy was like, "Don't change." And you're like, "I guess that should we also write that?"
I'll just pile on that. Absolutely. Look at all these get on uppers joining on in. Pinky and Cindy have both just joined in as well. I don't really know what these icons mean, Renee. I need like a cheat sheet, but I think maybe they're viewing on YouTube. Well, if you're on YouTube, you can chat and interact in the chat. It's a live stream there. And if you're on your Alexa device, you can say all kinds of things on the device, but keep it friendly because we're a community and Renee and I are sensitive.
We're very sensitive. What are you feeling manic about this Monday, my friend?
Woof. I have all kinds of things. At first I was like, I have nothing. Well, I am nervous about, I don't want to date guys at my gym. So I think having to put those boundaries up, you don't, I don't know. There's no proper way to say this. You don't go to the bathroom. You don't go to the bathroom where you eat, you don't do that. So yeah, I think that's one thing. And I live in the Castro. And so we all go to the local gym and it's just very challenging. So I'm not dating anybody at my gym. I'm not going to do it. So that's one thing I'm kind of feeling a little like about. And I think, let's see. The other thing is I've got my boss, who's one of our VPs of the company, not this company, I have a different job. She's going to be auditing. I've invited her to audit an orientation that I do because she was like, how come this isn't in there? And I'm like, we don't have time and they don't need to know that on day one. We'll do that later. And she was like, I don't think so. And I'm like, well, would you like to come in and see for yourself? And I would. And so she's got to come and see.
That though. That's great.
No.
That's a really good way to handle that.
No.
I also like,
but that's like, I'm feeling a little nervous and anxious. It's like this pressure to be good or better. And what if, she has all this feedback of like, you're terrible. You're bad at doing this orientation. You should. Yeah. I have all these notes. So that's for
no, I get that completely. I wonder, you don't. I know that you don't. I was going to try to align with you. I'm like, do you have this too? But you don't because you're cooler than I am. My fight or flight is showmanship, razzmatazz. So instead of like doubling down and like we're here to do business or I just won't show up, I just get so big and so animated. And so that would be my concern for that is just be like, welcome to the orientation.
Orientation horrors, orientation horrors.
That sliding choreography.
I just start doing Little Shop of Horrors or like, and I'm telling you, we're busting at Dreamgirls. Yeah. What about me? Yeah.
I think that's my first advice. If you panic, break into Dreamgirls.
Right.
Classic way to handle a situation.
Crowd pleaser. Everyone loves it.
Said you are one of my nearest and dearest, and so I am biased. I am very biased, but I also know you, and I know that this is going to go great. And the VP is going to be like, "Oh, you're right. There is no time for that. I'm so sorry. It's going to go great. It's going to go great."
I won't. She just trust me. Okay, thank you. I think the thing is like, don't feel the need to do more. And this is the note I used to get all the time in acting. I'm a pusher. They're like, you're pushing in the scene. I can do so much less, but I feel like I have to do more. So. I think I'm already getting into my mantra. I am enough. And I think I'm already. Oh, look at that. Even a note from our editor, Sarah. James, you'll be great. Okay, thank you. Get on uppers. I'll be great as well. I need that validation. You can let us know.
Very proud of you. Very proud of you. Jam, here it is. 8:02, second hour of the show. You ready?
We are. I think we are. We are. And so for those of you who are just joining into the show, I am James Arthur M, and we got Renee Culver, or sometimes she's Jam and I'm Renee on Freaky Fridays. You're watching us on Backchannel or listening to us on Backchannel. There are multiple ways that you can tune in. You can do it right on your Alexa device. Open up Backchannel, which is what you've done if you've done that. Or you're maybe streaming us on YouTube and you can interact with us. And you can always leave a review heading over to www.backchannel.tv and tap. You don't have to smash it. That's a little aggressive. You can just love tap it. And then type your little love notes to us about how much you love the show. And we can't wait to hear what you have to say.
We're thrilled to see it. We'll be thrilled to see it. We love it so much. Now, I would like to know if there's any breaking news. It's Monday morning. Breaking news. There's something that I thought of and then immediately forgot and just now thought of again. I think the Oscar nominations came out this morning. And so I was like, I should make a point to look at that before we start the show. And then I absolutely did not. I most certainly did not. So it will be breaking news for us tomorrow.
Tomorrow, stay put, stay tuned. We will be covering that breaking news for tomorrow. It'll be our Today I Saw.
I like that. I like that very much. Or I like our slogan, our little logo is Get On Up, where we do give you the latest in news that's been out for 36 hours. The very latest.
It might be news to some people come in. They're like not going to hear it until they hear it from us first. So we appreciate that.
Is that a call to action? Can you plug your ears, Get On Uppers? Will you just not listen to the Oscar nominations until tomorrow morning? Could you do that for us? It's a favor to us.
Yeah.
All right. But we do have some good news. We got some good.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff we want to share with you.
What's your breaking news? I have two. One of them is maybe it's good. We'll find out. Okay. You go first. I
have two, and they're both silly and they're both wonderful. There is now it's not a theme park, but it is an interactive experience coming to London. Are you ready for the title of this?
So you did tip your hat earlier on in the show, and you were like, "I'll have some fluffy news, perhaps, maybe a new theme park." We're like, Renee, that's so silly. And
Maybe. A new interactive experience is coming to London called Dopamine Land, which I love. So dopamine is the chemical in your brain that sets off joy and happiness. So it will get released when you take a bite of something delicious. It'll get released when you see something that you love. It'll just make you so happy. So it's called Dopamine Land. Very cute, very sweet. Coming to London in April, and there are 5 interactive rooms, all of which are more charming than the next. Do you want to hear about these interactive rooms that you get to participate in when you go to Dopamine Land?
I need to know them ASAP.
So the first one is reminiscent of the childhood game Hot Lava. So you're going to go to this room and you can't touch the ground. You just have to jump around on various couches and pillows and beds. You can't touch the hot lava. As I go through this, you're going to see that what it is basically forcing adults to relive their favorite childhood activities. It's very sweet.
Also, what's so interesting is that we all get on uppers. I'm curious. Give us a shout out. Did you play Hot Lava as a kid? I'm so curious. It's such like a universal game. It feels like, but there was no like. How did we get the word out? Like this was like a word of mouth game. I grew up in California. You grew up in Colorado, and we both had hot lava. And there's no active volcanoes in our areas to create this game.
There are no active volcanoes. You're right. I do not know how we both landed on such a thing. But it also was a loophole to jump on furniture you're usually not allowed to jump on. I'm just like, well, I don't. Do you want me to die? I'm gonna.
The floor is lava. The floor is lava.
You have to crawl on this chair that I'm normally not allowed to put my feet on.
And you needed something extreme. You couldn't be like, oh, the floor is water, you know, it needed to be like lava because like, you know, it needed something extreme. The floor is burnt grass. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's sand. It's quick. Oh, we sometimes would have quicksand. Be like, oh, that's quicksand over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, certainly not. But it is. It's the most fun. Like as I think about it right now, I'm like, yeah, that'd be fun. I want to jump from couch to couch, trying not to touch the hot lava. We love it. The next one's a little bit. This one of the rooms. This one's a little bit more like, well, that's adult, but I still love it. Is a very common. Seems like a meditation room. So it's just natural beauty everywhere. You're gonna be like, you're
Renee's like, count me out. I'm gonna be in the lava room. I don't need this meditation. I don't need this meditation. And hello to Doug. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Doug. Welcome. Renee is breaking us some breaking news about a new theme park in London called Dopamine Land. And so far there's the lava room. There's the meditation room. Renee's not too excited.
The nature room, which we like. And to be very fair, I don't think it's a full-blown theme park. I think it's an interactive experience. But still, it's still fun. It's still fun. And it's breaking news to me. So I'm curious. So there's 3 remaining rooms, and this is all childhood fun games-ish. I'm wondering, can you take a stab at what you think one of the rooms is? Like, what your favorite thing to do as an adult was that would work in a room? Or favorite thing to do?
Probably some sort of either like hide and seek or freeze tag like game room.
That'd be good if there was. That'd be good if there was. That's not quite in there.
Snowball fight room. Snowball fight room.
Pretty close. You're pretty close.
Food fight room.
They're so close that I'm going to give it to you. Pillow fight.
Pillow fight. I got there.
You had it. You said it before I said it.
I do the recent sort of fighting. Okay, pillow fight room.
We like it.
We loved it.
We love it. And then
this could be lava room, but like a bed jumping room. Is that like there's like a
very close? Well, I'm curious about this. So what they're calling it is become popcorn. The become popcorn room. So I think that's a jumpy room, right? Just bounce around. Okay. And you got one more. That you got to think about.
None of these. I hope not. I will not go. The Cabbage Patch doll room. We all know I have a rational fear of dolls and clowns, as we discovered last week. Rational. Everyone should. I saw a documentary about dolls murdering people called Child's Play.
Didn't like it.
And a clown that murdered people based on a true story. Really happened.
No. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to trust you.
I told
Okay.
that anecdote to some coworkers, and they were
Yeah.
like, "Well, maybe you should stop watching those documentaries." I'm like, "I
Yeah.
know it's not real."
Feel that you should. I feel that you should. And I don't think you're tipping into fear-mongering territory, but I also think there's plenty of clowns who are just like, "I don't know, it's fun. I just like making balloon animals, not to you, not to you. Every clown
Get
is
them
not to be
out.
trusted according to Jam."
Nope, 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 nope. My first act of presidency will be to ban clowns.
Okay. Well, you are not gonna like this last room, my friend. Oh, boy. I'm kidding.
Is it the
It's bubbles.
circus room?
It's just bubbles. It's just
Oh,
bubbles.
oh
It's like
gosh. Renee, I was seriously scared just knowing that this room exists. Just knowing this room exists, I couldn't handle it. I could
don't care
not
for it.
handle it. I
Okay.
also
All
went to
right.
a haunted house theme park at Paramount's Great America, and there was like a clown world, and I get really into haunted houses because I am an actor, and I'm like, this is real. This is real. And these ran into this like haunted house clown room, and I got chased by a fog of clowns. That's what had happened. And
Yeah.
my survival instincts kicked in because I was holding my friend Clint's hand. And the
Yeah.
last thing I remember is I made it out through the fog, and I was like, where's Clint? And then Clint's like, you pushed me into the cloud and took off running. I don't remember. I don't remember. I just know that I survived. I am a final girl. I survived.
No, I respect that. This is going to come as an absolute. Well, that makes no sense, Renee. But I go to all of the Halloween Horror Night, like Halloween activities around here, because the thing I think I have a beef with in the scary movies is that you can't have a natural reaction to it. You were expected by your either neighbors if you're watching it at home or the audience to not blood curdling scream to keep that tapped in, but at a haunted house, you can just let her rip. And I do, and I love it.
And the actors love it. But once they see that, oh, that person's really scared, they will just, at one point, I was in this haunted doll room crawling on the ground, and they're like, where are you, mommy? And I'm like crawling, and they're like, you're my mommy. And then last one I'll share, and then we'll get back to the news. Like, this is breaking news. James is scared of clowns and dolls. Heard this last week.
Heard it. That's old news. Yep.
So we are this time I'm determined to be a good friend. And so there's like four of us. It's like me, Clint's boyfriend, and this other guy. And we're going through this this corn maze. And we heard rumors that there's somebody with a chainsaw in this one. So we're on the ready. And so we're going down this we're like, oh, where's this chainsaw? And then we hear from behind us, rah, rah, rah. And so then I grab a hand. I'm like, let's go. And I didn't push anybody in anything. I'm helping save somebody. Yes. I grab a hand. And then there's these high school girls. We're grown men. We're like late 20s at this point. Grown men screaming at the top of their lungs, running. And there's these high school girls ahead of us who they can't see the chainsaw. They're like, what? Why are you running? Where are we? Yeah. Mass hysteria kicks in. These girls start running. They never even saw the chainsaw. They start running. We make it out of the end. And I look. I don't have Clint's hand. I have Clint's boyfriend's hand. And Clint was like, you left me again.
And yet again, you've left poor Clint. Are you guys still friends?
No.
Yeah. See? That's what you get. That's what you get.
I haven't talked to him in years. Actually, I don't know what the last time. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. You believe that I would not
believe me the first time.
Be helpful in that scenario.
Have to go. If I go to a haunted house, then I have to make sure that I go with a myriad of people because my friends will only go through me once. Each one gets one turn, just because I'm screaming so much that I'm scaring them. My dear, the sweetest, the nicest of all my pals in the middle of the haunted mansion had to say to me, "Can you stop?" The sweetest, nicest of them. Okay, yes, focus back on the news. Yes, I'm ready.
No, well, you and I have to go next Halloween season. We need someone to film it. Sarah, we'll all go to the haunted house. We'll have live coverage.
Okay,
it will not be great.
Yeah, and I feel like we've both been properly warned that I'm going to get thrown into a clown, and you're going to have to tell me, "Can you stop?" Because I'm screaming from the moment we enter.
Yep. Okay, this one, I'm sorry I keep bringing this up, but I feel compelled that once we started tracking this story, I feel like every new update I have to share.
You
So
gotta
there's a
do it.
new
You gotta
development
do it.
in the Joe Rogan drama. So here's what happened. So I guess like The Rock, who he was on my vision board for the longest time because I really appreciate his story, but
Mhm.
I don't know. The more I think he's one of those, sometimes celebrities get so big and so famous and so rich, they're detached from like the rest of
Right.
the world and stuff. And he was thinking about running for president. I'm like, nobody needs this. Just stop. He's got an ongoing feud with Vin Diesel during the Fast and the Furious franchise and refusing to come back from the last one. If you ever saw the last Fast and the Furious movie, which I know you watch it every night before
Yep.
bed,
Every night
the
before
last
bed.
one that he was in, they were fighting so much that they're never in the same scene together. So they would like just film his part talking to him and then film his part. They were never
Okay.
together.
Sure.
So I guess like Joe Rogan had apologized here at some point because there's all this, he's people are walking away from Spotify because he's spreading lies about
Right.
COVID and the COVID vaccines, and so he I think let's see what happened. So there's controversy because Joe Rogan had there was a video of him saying the N-word that went viral last week. And then The Rock initially spoke out in support of him saying, great. And like, I guess Joe Rogan came out and like apologized. And he was like, great stuff, brother. Perfectly articulated. Looking forward to coming on your podcast one day and breaking out the tequila with you. And so then people are like, oh, but wait, look at all these other things that he's done. And, all like just this horrific history of using just derogatory words to all kinds of different groups. And so Dwayne Johnson was like, oh, thank you so much for this. I hear you all. Everyone here is 100%. I was not aware of this N-word use prior to my comments, but now I've become educated to his complete narrative. Learning moment for me.
Good apology. That's good. But yeah, to speak to the bigger thing that you said, I think it is nearly impossible to be universally beloved at this point. We are so divided that unless you're Dolly Parton,
Tom
and
Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah, I think Dolly Parton also, but I'm sure there's plenty of people who are mad at that too. But yeah, it's because you get yourself into a corner when you're just like, well, I'll appease this group, and you're like, okay, but there's going to be an opposite group who is going to be thrilled to take you down for that.
100%. Furious.
Yeah.
Furious. You had another one.
I sure did. Speaking of our sweet, sweet Leslie Jones. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. The Olympics are back and Leslie Jones is back to her commentary on TikTok, and it could not be more delightful. So Leslie Jones, cast member of SNL, hilarious comedian. She's on TikTok, and there absolutely was a better way to do this. I could have given Sarah the link. There was so many things that I could have done. But I did not. I'm just going to hold my phone up to the screen so that you guys can see this TikTok, which is hilarious. So if you're on TikTok, it's Lesdog, LESDO 5Gs. So Lesdog, and she is doing commentary on this. And to my credit, this is not going to be among the funniest ones because all of them have curse words in it. It kind of does put her to the funniest, but it is so funny. So she's watching this skier. And I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear that okay? Okay. So that's her commentary of just like, that's dope. And then he's doing these moguls super fast. And then she gives him a song to sing to while they're going.
Oh my God. I'll be mad. That is
adorable. So she's just, so you're watching it and you're expecting like any information, anything about anything. There also is one where she does a luge and she's like, have you ever moved a refrigerator? You know, the wheelie thing that you move a refrigerator with? That's what he's on right now. And it's just like giving information that's not correct, but it is hilarious. And just, if you want to get caught up on the Olympics and everything that's happening, I beg you to please follow Leslie Jones. It is hilarious. So funny.
Ooh.
So great. You'll be happier for it.
I thought NBC one of the years they had hired her to do commentary, but I guess she's back to TikTok, just doing it her own self because she's great. She's absolutely great.
She's the best.
Renee, I have to get us because I have one too. That's this is for you. You love the Olympics, and I have something to share as well. Them.us has 10 queer athletes who we're excited to follow this year during winter sports. So I thought I would quickly run us through some of these folks who are making some queerstery this year in the Winter Olympics.
I want to hear
photos too, Sarah. Let's see our first one. Okay. I have to find this one. Maybe they're not in the exact order here. Who is this one? Okay. Hold on. This article, I have to find them. They're not. Okay. That is nope. Sarah, go back to the last one. Go back to the last one. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. I'll meet you there. Go back. Go back. Go back. All right. So just got here. The one that you were just showing. There we go. That's Jason B. Skates is his Instagram. So it's Jason Brown, United figure skater. Struggled at this year's U.S. National Figure Skating Championship, placing fourth, but however, still made the Olympic team. I guess had some controversy, but we're not here to talk about that today. All right, give me the next one, and I'll find them in this article.
Can I get a please with that, Jam? Can I get a please with that? Give me the next one, please.
All right, here we go. This is Ronja Salavianen from Finland, ice hockey. So that's who she played in the women's ice hockey team and made history at the World Championship. Her team won a silver medal, and it was the first time that Canada and the United States did not finish first and second at the tournament. So we got her. She's done doing some great stuff. Let's see who we got next.
Taking a peek. This. Where did you find this again? If people want to follow along, where would they go?
This is on them.us, and this is just 10 of them. There's many more, but these are the ones that we're really excited, who really stand a chance to also do some winning, bring it on home. So this is Irene Woost of the Netherlands, speed skating. Irene Woost is a Netherlands' most successful Olympic athlete in any sport. She's won 11 Olympic medals over the course of 4 games, starting with a gold medal in the 2006 Olympics in Turin, Italy, and has since become one of the most successful long track speed skaters of all time. So we've got that. Love Netherlands. Love me some Amsterdam. Can't get there. I've tried to marry in twice. 2 of my exes were from Amsterdam.
Well, it's not. No, listen, story's not over. You still
Third
good.
time's the charm. Our next one, please, producer Sarah. We have this dynamic duo. I think I was watching them yesterday on accident at a bar. Hold on, I have to.
Or on purpose, you chose the bar specifically to go support. I get you.
Right, because Renee was like, people aren't watching the Olympics enough, so. Then I went in there. I don't have them. I don't have who this is. I don't know where they came from, but thank you, Sarah, for this photo. I don't see them here in this article. We'll go to the next one here. Perfect. Oh, wow. Okay. Just scrolling through. Here we go. So this is I will try my best to pronounce this. This is Sarka Pankonchova from Czechia. I'm learning new. Learning new here.
Looks great. What are they playing?
Snowboarding. And in 2014, Sarka Panchova suffered a brutal crash in her final run of the 2014 Sochi Games. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was a fall so hard that it broke her helmet in half.
Oh, gosh.
She miraculously escaped from that injury. I remember seeing the clips from this, actually. But over the years, she's since has come out, and she's coming back bigger and stronger. So, yep, she is. Oh, and then she just got married recently to her partner because the Czech Republic, the same-sex marriage has been legalized. So,
hey, fantastic. That's great.
Her partner. Yep. All right. We got our next one. Is it Nicole Silveira from Brazil? She is in the event skeleton.
Okay. What's the event skeleton? Look that up. Okay.
Didn't know that was an event, but she will be
Okay.
doing the skeleton event. The lone queer athlete from South America is competing here. She was be competing in skeleton, and
Okay.
Renee is gonna
So
catch up on
it's
with
a
skeleton.
luge. It's a skeleton shooting. So it's just
Okay.
it's the luge element of it. Yeah.
Okay, this article's so hip that they're just like, oh yeah, she's doing skeleton, and
Of
just
course
like
she knows
everybody,
skeleton is.
knows.
Yeah.
But she actually lives full time in Canada, has dual citizenship, and but yeah, that's where she's been bobsledding the skeleton
Amazing.
for a
Also,
good
based off
long
the
time.
stethoscope, am I made to believe that she's a doctor on her off day?
Some of them they have other jobs. They have other jobs. They do other things.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, let's go to this next one. I think it's Gus Kenworthy. Is it Gus? Do we have Gus? Is it Gus next? There it is. Look at Gus. Here he is smooching his boo. Great Britain skiing, and after competing in 2 Olympics for the United States, Gus Kenworthy will go to his 3rd games competing for his home country, Great Britain. So interesting. He was competing for the U.S. and now competing for Great Britain over there. He came out as gay after winning a silver medal at Sochi 2014 and taking home some adorable stray puppies from the Olympic Park to boot. So
cute.
They are. And I think maybe our last one we have Brittany Beau. Brittany Beau is our United States speed skating champion. Just 4 years ago, Brittany Beau was the only out LGBTQ plus woman. There's her and her partner, her coach. So she was one of only 15 out Olympians at the 2018 games, and today with over 35 out athletes actually. So this is just 10 of the 35 out athletes at this year's games, but it's still only one of 2 out women on the U.S. team, the other being hockey player Alex Carpenter.
Looky there. This is incredible. Oh, that's so good. So again, if we wanted to follow,
last one, okay. Bruce Mount, Great Britain curling. Everybody loves curling. Y'all fell in love with curling 4 years ago, and you love it. People love the broom sweeping and the getting the puck down the line, and
hilarious. In a very technical way. Yes.
Very technical. And he came out as gay. He came out as gay as the skip of his junior curling team. I'm sure that means a lot to us from curling. He was the skip, and we know what they do. And then our last one, Danielle Irashoko-Schultz, Austria, ski jumping, and gonna go out there and crush it. So there we go. Those are just 10 of the 35 out athletes that we are rooting for, and they're out there crushing it.
Very cool. Yeah, we'll go find out. And again, if you want to read more about them, they're them.us is where you found it.
Yeah.
All right.
Great. That's where I found it.
Are you ready?
It's time? Yes. Renee.
Yes.
You take center stage as it's time for Monocle Monday. Monocle Monday. Monocle Monday.
That's beautiful. What a theme song. So again, you guys, Monocle Monday is a thing that I have shoehorned in because I wanted to learn a little bit more. You'll recall last week, was it just last week? I think it was just last week. Jam taught us that Little Debbie is making some ice cream for us. And I said, well, I need to know more, not only about the ice cream, but it also got me thinking like, wait, what? How long has Little Debbie been around? So I took myself to the Little Debbie website, and now I'm taking you with me for us all to learn how Little Debbie came to be. Take a look with me, won't you please? So Little Debbie started in 1933. The very first cakes that they had were 5 cents. And this was all created by a man called O.D. McKee. And he was selling his cakes out of his, now here's what's funny to me, as I read it, his 1928 Whippet. Now, you guys know that I am a crazy dog person. So I was like, he was selling them out of the dog? So Sarah, do you mind showing what a Whippet looks like? Just real quick, what the dog looks like. Because I was like, well, this is a Whippet. How is a dog carrying that many snack cakes? But then those of you who know cars will be very quick to be like, oh, I've feel like maybe that's just a brand of a car. So again, Sarah, and maybe it's hard to pull up. Is that Whippet dog easy to see? It may be difficult. Maybe difficult to see. So you guys, but you know what a Whippet dog looks like, and then the car is a like cute 1930s car that you would picture. Jam, welcome back. I'm happy to. In the Jam, I didn't get very far. I was just talking about how a Whippet is both a dog and a car in the 1920s.
Oh, I heard everything, and I
Oh, did
love
you?
loving every bit of this adventure already. And also, just I was like, wow, I already learned more about Little Debbie than I ever knew.
Look at
Just
this.
in that
Now,
moment.
because I do want to say this, Jam, my sweet, sweet, sweet pea. Here's what I'd love to say to you is that it is a very sweet story, but as you look at the photos, it's the story of a bunch of white people in the 1920s and 30s. So I'm sure that this is fraught with history that is a little challenging, but I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the tale of how Little Debbie came to be. So 1933, again, he was
Happy
selling it.
Black History Month, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And then Sarah, if you're back, because I just refuse to let it go, does it make sense to show the picture of the dog and then the car? If not, we can move right along.
I mean,
Right.
you are on brand, Renee, host of Can I Pet Your Dog, is like, let's focus in on the dog. That makes
There we
sense.
go. Okay, so that's the Whippet car. That's what the car looks like. It's very cute, right? So he's selling those cookies out of his car for 5 cents. Then in 1935, he created the oatmeal cream pie. So they had the oatmeal cookies, but they were like a little too hard and crumbly. So he messed with the recipe and he made the cookies a little more soft, put a little frosting in the middle, and there you go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Dang. And that was back in 1935. The worst people are still eating these oatmeal cream pies.
I know. To this day. So again, Sarah's got 1960 up, so I'm just going to tell you about the 1960s. We'll skip right on along. In 1960, the introduction of the family pack happened. And I just think, are you among the type of people that think it's interesting to look at the price of something back then? Or is it like, all right, oldie, we get it?
No. I mean, you're talking about like 5 cents, but
Right.
5 cents was probably, and that's so interesting. I just don't understand when something is 5 cents, but that was expensive for the time, right? Like, are
Probably.
things more expensive now, or is it equivalent to how much people are making? You
just want to know. You just want to know. I feel like probably equivalent, right? Like I don't think at any point ever in history have people said, "Oh, I think this is a reasonable price. I think this is a steal of a deal." I think everybody's always been like, "Yeah, what a mess.
Well,
What a mess."
I don't know. I went to Macy's this weekend, and let me tell you, there were some steals of prices. If you don't have a Macy's card, you're doing it wrong. Get yourself a Macy's card.
Which is only fair. Only fair. So okay, in 1960 they created the family pack. So I guess things were just kind of sold individually up until the 1960s. But you could get 12 cookies in a family pack for 49 cents.
Oh, get it on up for the family. Yeah, that's a steal. That's a deal. The whole family, everyone's getting a cream pie.
Exactly. Also in 1960, Little Debbie was creative. So O.D. McKee. Do you want to guess who Little Debbie was to O.D. McGee, the guy? His granddaughter. Yep. So they needed a face of the product, and so he was like, "Get that granddaughter on in there." And they
isn't this weird that this entire time I thought that Little Debbie was the one, like it was some woman, and little did I know it was this white man instead, behind, because no one's gonna buy O.D. McKee's cookies. That sounds treacherous. But Little Debbie, okay, I'll get some her cookies. What she got?
Cookies. Look at her; she's adorable. So they got an artist in there to draw the picture of Little Debbie, and it has changed slightly throughout the years, but for the most part, this is still the face of the company. Little Debbie, right there.
Oh. What a legacy. The ghost of Little Debbie still haunts us to this day. I do want to take a quick moment to welcome Kevin, who is their first time here on our show, just in time to, I know that you've always wondered, yeah, I'm eating this Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie, but what's her story? How did this come to be? Don't you worry.
How did this happen to me?
It's Monocle Monday, and Renee is taking a closer look into, with her monocle, the story of Little Debbie. And Peter Parker taking a break from their web slinging, I'm assuming, to join us for our Monocle Monday. Welcome, Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, we're so happy to have you here, Peter Parker. You're smarty. You're smarty. You're doing great things.
Wall-E from Pixar is taking a moment from
these are all my favorite
space
people.
and
This is all my favorite. Peter Parker and Wally. This is, if it were my birthday, this is my dream cast of people who would attend.
And it is feels like your birthday because not only Peter Parker, Wally, and you're talking about one of your favorites, Little Debbie. This is like
Little
Renee's
Debbie.
in heaven.
Renee's Monocle Monday. So again, we're doing a little history lesson, just a little history lesson of how Little Debbie came to be. This is hilarious to me. In 1965, hot on the heels of Little Debbie's success, someone came up with a novel idea to produce a vinyl record of Little Debbie's songs. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they have done such a thing? Vinyl records were all the rage in the 1960s, and this record proved popular with the kids, the collectors today. The 45 RPM record featured the Little Debbie songs that were sung by a children's chorus and orchestra. How do I get my hands on this album? How?
Ooh,
Jam.
Yeah.
I
do you think it's on Spotify? Or no, they pulled their Little Debbie pulled her music off too. She was like, that Joe Rogan, as long as he's on, my music's on too.
Let's get him out of here. All right. So that's got sort of the highlights of the 1960s. Moving on to the 1970s. This I did not know, but I was like, oh,
tell me they had a disco track. Little Debbie. Oh, that's so doo-wop. Little Debbie, little Debbie, Debbie, little Debbie, little Debbie, Debbie. You can't get out of it.
Deeply, desperately want there to be. Now you can see right there. You can see it on the screen there, so you know what's going to happen. But another thing that happened in 1970 is that there was a moon landing, or it happened in 1969. There was a moon landing. So did you know that the Star Crunch Cosmic cookies? Have you had those? The crunchy ones, the like chocolate marshmallow. They're great. They're fantastic.
I have only had the oatmeal pies. I don't know her. We were a hostess family in my family. You know, Twinkies.
Yeah, you've chosen properly. They're delicious though.
Wait, did we discover that Little Debbie does the honey buns? Who does those?
Little Debbie does honey buns for you.
Okay, well, she knows what she's doing.
So she's forgiven. But I just think it's so interesting for a snack company to be like, oh God, okay, the man landed on the moon. What can we do? I mean, I guess we'll make a moon cookie out of it. And they did, and it was a massive success. So that's how the Star Crunch Blast Off moon cookies came to be. And the marketing. The marketing, it was right there in front of them. But I also appreciate them leaning in. The cookies are out of this world, James.
Oh yeah. That's smart.
Sure, we love it. We love it. Then in the 1980s, Little Debbie is keeping with the trends. They had a snack cake at the World's Fair. They also created my absolute favorite treat, which is the donut sticks. But at the World's Fair, that oatmeal cookie became the cookie of the World's Fair in the 80s.
Oh, cute? Good for her. Started at the bottom, now she's here.
And now she is here. And then in 1980.
And do you want to know that is the that's the last World's Fair on U.S. soil. That was the last one that's happened on the U.S. soil. 1984.
No, you know what? You're right, because my family went in 1986, and that was in Canada. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can only back you up until the 86, but that did happen in Canada.
Is the World's Fair even still happening?
Great question. I don't know. You want to give that a Google while I tell you that this oatmeal cookie that we love so much in 1989 was featured in what movie? Do you remember which?
When Harry Met Sally.
Sure. Or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. And I just was like, ooh, I wish I was so tiny so I could eat all that cookie.
Oh, I know.
Oh, look. And Tim says there should be a Little Debbie Mad Men series because that is actually a great idea. I mean, you just go even like sort of a succession, right? Because you know, as Renee pointed out, you go to the Little Debbie website for most of this. So they're just going to tell you all the good stuff. They're not like, oh, and then we like. No one has ever heard of Little Marcy's cookies because they like, you know, she doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. No, they're not going to do that. Little Debbie's. They just want Little Debbie's. That's all there is to it. But in keeping with the time, so we talked about how in the 1970s they created this moon snack to coincide with the landing on the moon. But in the 1990s, they were just like, oh, that did great. So they created cosmic brownies where they put neon sprinkles on top of it.
I mean,
it's like,
that is very on brand from the 90s. We was a lot of neon colors. What can we put neon on? Lisa Frank, like we're just there. Doug has a question in your research. When did the zebras come onto the scene? Do we know the exact year inspiration for that? It does look like that the last time America participated in the World's Fair was in Milan's Expo in 2015. And the U.S. cities are already bidding to host ones much further out. So there's a group in Minneapolis looking to host the World's Fair in 2023. That's coming up here. Oh, there's a group in San Francisco and Houston looking to do 2025. So hopefully we'll see the World's Fair in North America sometime soon. But a lot of the World's Fair things start happening around, you get like really cool things get built out of the World's Fair, you know?
You sure do. You sure. And it's fun. And it's just fun to do. Doug, to answer your question, in 1964, everybody's asking, what were the original snacks? Zebra cake was one of them, along with banana twists, Swiss rolls, raisin cream pies, and Nutty Buddies. And then obviously the original.
Oh, people love their Nutty Buddies.
No, but 1964 was the original zebra cake. And then cut all the way now to 2022. Little Debbie's an ice cream. Look at that. Look at that, little Debbie.
Good for her.
I know. We're happy to see it. We're happy to see it.
We did it.
Just crazy to look back and see all those products. You're like, God, I guess they did make those. It's wild.
They sure did. Well, little Debbie, a little hat off to you. Peter Parker is signing off. That's all Peter Parker came here for, was the Little Debbie. Got all the Little Debbie trivia they needed. Peter Parker, we'll see ya. You've got some New York City saving to do. Oh, but you're in Texas. Well, Peter Parker, getting around there. All right. Renee, I think we're going to try to squeeze in our Monday business for our Manage Mondays. We want to give you all some tips and things to do as you're coming into your week. We've heard that you got some Manic Monday going on, but now we're going to manage your Monday with some tips. We got some tips for you.
I love it.
Renee, I've got some habit tips for you. I forget the name of who this came from, so I'm gonna find this, but I got this from the Brené Brown podcast, and there was this author about how to create good habits he was on, and so I'll get you their name in one moment, but this is where it is coming from. And so first of all, he said a quote that has stuck with me, that if you have more than 3 priorities, you don't have any priorities at all.
That's really helpful.
And it really should just be priority. Somehow we have developed priorities into plural. So, but if you have more than 3, you don't have any priorities at all. You have a to-do list. You have a lot of things that you're doing. So for those of you out there who are maybe trying to, it's a brand new week, you're a little stuck and you're trying to start a new habit, there are 4 laws of behavior change for creating a habit. So the first one is to make it obvious. So you want to like cue this prompt for your new behavior. So if you're maybe trying to go to the gym, maybe it's like the night before laying out your gym clothes. And trying to think, like Renee practices.
I practice getting up. Yep. Which I think it counts.
Yeah, you're making it obvious for yourself. So like you run that repetition for yourself, but you just need to make it obvious. So if it's like you're wanting to play this guitar, have the guitar out. Whatever the changes that you're trying to make, like have it visible so it's there staring you in front of the face, right there. So make it obvious is number 1. The second one is make it attractive. So the more appealing, the more exciting, the more motivated you'll be to end up doing it. So making it attractive, giving yourself some sort of incentive behind it. This is fun. Getting yourself like jazzed about it. The other one is make it easy, convenient, simple. The easier it is, the more likely you'll continue to do it. So make it like very easy for yourself. And the last one, make it satisfying. So you should feel, oh, yay, I did it. Like is there a reward that you give yourself at the end? So those are the 4 laws of behavior change. You don't need to do all 3 of them. The more that you do into a behavior change or a habit change, the more likely it is that you'll keep that. And then the flip side is you're trying to change a habit that you're like, I don't like this in my life. You just do the inverse. So instead of making it obvious, you make it invisible. Instead of making it attractive, you make it unattractive. Instead of making it easy, make it difficult. Instead of making it satisfying, make it unsatisfying. Like, do you pay a cost every time you're like, if you're trying to you're smoking cigarettes and hide the cigarettes from yourself, right? So you're making it invisible. Maybe you pay yourself like an extra $2, or you have an accountability partner for yourself. So those are the 4 laws of behavior change. Good habits.
That's
for you to
great.
help
I
manage
think
your
that's
Monday.
probably from the book Atomic Habit by
That's
James
it.
Clear. Does that seem right?
That is it. That's him. Atomic Habits. So maybe even pick up that book, or you can listen to the Brené Brown podcast on it. It is on Spotify.
Nice.
Somehow Spotify has become like this dirty word, hasn't it?
Hopefully they can change their name, but it's not looking great. We'll see. We'll see. That's so helpful. That's so good. And Atomic Habit is great. It's a great book with a lot of
you've done it.
Lots of good tips. Yes.
That's why you're that's why Renee is there's not one you're always back in the habit. You're a habit queen, if you will.
Sure. Oh yeah, I can read a self-help book all the live long day, because what that'll do is postpone actually doing the work. It was a terrible thing. I did that all throughout my 20s and 30s, where I was just like, well, I just got to read more about how to do it instead of just do it, Renee. Just the things that you have read, just do those, which turns out that actually works. I think he's also real big on when you've got a negative habit that you want to try to break, you can't just break it. You have to replace it with something else. So instead of being on Facebook or Twitter, TikTok, or whatever, replace it with, I'll watch a TED Talk on YouTube. So you're still getting to chill out. You're still getting to do the same activity, but it's not as addictive or bad.
Oh, I really, really like that. Or I will say, I'm going to say that I accidentally became a casual smoker, and I would have like a little, after we would do our show, I would go take a walk and have a cigarette and listen to Little Mix. And I'm having to replace that with like, can I just go on the walk? Do I have to have the cigarette? Can I just go on the walk instead? But that's helpful. And I've been trying to use this in terms of breaking that, of like making it unattractive, hiding them, just not buying them. It's also a thing.
There you go.
Yeah. And I'm now putting it out there to you all to help hold me accountable.
Yeah, exactly. Tugboat's friend is here. Hi, Kate.
Hello, Tugboat's friend.
We love it. Kate, do it again. I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to keep his collar on. Go ahead.
Okay.
You enjoy.
All right. Well, there we go. All right. As we are about to close out here for our last segment, and Renee, I feel like the kid in Jurassic Park when the adult left them, and they're like, he left us. But that's okay. She's back. And she's back. We're all good to go.
Tugboat over the moon. This is very cute. So have a great day. Thank you so much. So sorry. Chaos, James. I'm so sorry.
Totally fine. Do you have any Monday business, or should we switch on over to our Monday mantras?
Let me do just a quick Monday business for myself. So I am, and this could be like, well, Renee, you're alone in that boat. No one is with you. I am notorious, and this has been my entire life, of wanting to do something and taking enormous, grand, like delusions of grandeur efforts to do it. So I'm starting a new job, and what is legitimately in my head is like, and then I'm going to research it 5 hours a day. And I believe that I get off work at 5. And so I will have from 5 until 10 to research this new job. I'm not going to spend 5 hours a day research. I'm just not. So I think something that is helpful for me, and maybe just me alone, is just like set your goal for 15. You're going to spend 15 minutes researching it. And then usually once you get yourself started, then it goes. But the thing that is bad about my big grand gesture, lofty things is it's like 5 hours or nothing. And 5 hours is daunting. So I just won't do it at all. So for me, I'm 15 minutes a day. I'm going to research this new job.
Isn't that
and
like
then I can do 15 minutes.
Isn't that like the tomato rule that you gave us a few? Yeah. So you just set yourself 15 minutes, and then you start creating that new habit for yourself. Renee, how can you make this, using the atomic habit rule, how can you make this attractive for yourself?
Exactly.
How can you make it easy? And you are making it easy by saying, I'm just going to do 15 minutes. 5 hours is it's too hard.
I think that's where that started, is atomic habit of my, how can I make it easy? It was like, oh, I'll just reduce the time. That's it.
There you go. There it
Yeah.
is.
Yep,
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 that is it. Perfect. And then yep, this is Peter Parker chimed in. This is kind of like Twitch.
it's a
Sure.
little
Yeah, I
twitchy.
guess
It's a little
so.
twitchy. Yeah.
Never been to Twitch before, but I do hear that our show is the back channel. This restream thing is similar to it. All right. Closing us out, Renee, do you have a
Yeah.
Monday mantra that is going to help you get through the week?
Sure do. I sure
What
do.
is
Now,
it?
did I forget to do a Monday mantra? Yes, but did the show give it to me during this show live? Absolutely. So my Monday mantra is, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention.
Ah! I want that to be mine as well. That is going to be our Monday mantra. I mean, I had I am enough, but I think
Oh,
they
yeah.
both they're
Okay.
sister friends.
They're sister friends.
They are the two sisters in Sister Act Back in the Habit together. So
Yeah.
you've got I am
Yeah.
enough, and then you got sister. If you want to be somebody, you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And I don't want to give our Get On Uppers an assignment on Monday morning, but do YouTube that scene because it is fantastic.
Oh
So
my gosh, it's
fun.
so good. With Whoopi, Lauren Hill, little Jennifer Love Hewitt, the whole gang is there. The whole gang.
The whole team. Jam, it's nearly that time. It is nearly that time for the sweet, sweet Get On Uppers. Head on out and enjoy their Monday.
Yes,
But
well, I hope we helped to get on up today, but I do want to give you a little taste of what you're going to tune in for tomorrow, because I know you're going to come on back. So tomorrow, we're back right here, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific time. If you're on the East Coast, that is 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. time. And if you're in Central Time, I'm just doing what I can remember. I just write this out for myself. I'm gonna do it. Write it out,
so
James.
if you're Mountain Time, then it's going to be 8 to 10. If it's Central Time, it'll be 9 to 11. And if it's New York Time, it'll be 10 to 12. You got
Okay,
it.
you do
You
that part.
got
You do
it.
that part.
New
You
York
do that
Time,
part.
not Eastern Time. New York Time.
New York time. Even in Florida, they're on New York time.
Thank you.
So coming up for tomorrow, we have Treat Yourself Tuesday. What are you going to treat yourself to? Reward yourself to getting through Tuesday. We have back with Celebrity Birthday Quiz. We're going to play 2 truths and a lie, another Black History moment of the day. Today, I saw a headline news, or maybe we saw it. Well, we saw it when we saw it. We're going to tell you the things that we've been seeing in the news. And then Renee's got a BuzzFeed quiz for us. Excited to see what that is. And we'll close out with Giving Tuesday. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Whoa.
We're going to have all the answers. And if you're like, well, I don't want this to be over, I want to keep watching. Don't you worry. We got more programming coming up for you. Right after us is Anthony Davis. Following that is your pal Hal. And then closing out the day is going to be The Drive with Mario Smith. Lots of good stuff for you today.
And last little tidbit from Tim just mentioned the Oscar noms are tomorrow. So we will not talk about them probably until Wednesday.
What happened? I was doing my homework very late last night. And I think I read an article that came out so it came out today that was saying tomorrow, but I was still convinced it was Point is, thank you, Tim. I appreciate you. And we'll
awesome. Well, all right. Well, Renee, let's get to that morning nap. It sounds like you were up past too late, past your bedtime. Big thank you to our amazing, fantastic producer, Sarah Brown, who's working behind the scenes, just help make sure this show goes as smoothly as it does. And remember, you can head on over to www.backchannel.tv. Please leave a review. It lets folks hear about us, and we love hearing about how much you love this show. Thank you all for watching. Get on up. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colvert, and you just
got up. Little shop